hours ago. This split-screen image shows the propellant feeder arms in the middle of the launcher. We're going to pull back and you get a better view in just a second. Liquid hydrogen on the left, liquid oxygen on the right. They're putting propellant into the upper stage tanks. Now these arms pull back at -7 seconds before ignition. You see them in the middle of the screen, the yellow bars running from the gantry into the upper stage. One of the last things you'll see before liftoff, so we want to take a minute and mention it. Minute and a half to go. The electrical power supply has been switched from the ground to on board, and here in Jupiter, the VIPs and the invited guests have begun to make their ways outside to watch the liftoff. There are two terraces, as you may know, on either side of the building that give a fine view.
À tous de DDO, attention pour moins 1 minute.
The DDO is going to call out the 1 minute mark.
Top à 0 moins 1 minute.
All right, we're into the final 60 seconds. Give us a chance to say hello to our friends at ISRO and Bengaluru, to all of our friends at KAXT and at Helisat and at Arabsat, to Lockheed Martin in the US, locally to the Kourou, Sinnamary, and Cayenne sites, to our industrial partners ESA and CNES, and to all of you following the broadcast on the internet. We hope you are enjoying it. If you're not settled in, pull up a chair and you can enjoy all the action. And that's about to begin. We're going to cut away and let you listen to the DDO for the final countdown.
Attention pour le décompte final. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, top. Allumage Vulcain. Allumage des EAP, décollage Ariane VA247.
Local time and right on time. Ariane 5 began her mission, lifting off from the ground here in French Guiana with a lot of fire, carrying 2 new satellites. We lost her into the clouds. We didn't have much visibility, but we did have liftoff. The 2 boosters now providing 90% of our thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity, as the DDO says all is working perfectly on board. Our mass at liftoff, 775 tons. And to get that sort of weight off the ground, you need a lot of push, and push we have. She's burning 5 tons of fuel every second. That's 2.5 tons per second burning in each booster, plus the core stage burning another 300 kilos of fuel, again, every second. Ariane 5 is now following the program in the onboard computer, which gives all the orders, including stage separations, which we will soon see in less than a minute.
Les paramètres à bord sont nominaux, la propulsion est nominale.
The DDO says all is working fine on board. We're in the first of 4 flight phases. We'll describe each in turn and in detail so you can follow Ariane as she heads east across the Atlantic. Right now, the first flight phase, the single first stage engine and the 2 boosters are burning. The boosters will each consume their 240 tons in just over 2 minutes. In about 20 seconds, they will be extinguished, and they're the first to be jettisoned, and you'll hear that from the DDO, and you'll see that, of course, on the animation as well. This first flight phase, using both cryogenic cold fuel and storable propellant. Cryogenic offering certain advantages over storable, better and more precise performance, and its motors can be reignited. There we have right on time separation of the 2 boosters. The DDO confirms it. They fall 500 kilometers from shore into a protected area. Give you an idea what it looks like from the onboard camera. There is a second booster to the port side of the ship, which is out of camera range. French Guiana was in are in the second powered flight phase. The single engine core stage burning now. The boosters have done their job. Another minute to go before it shuts down.
Allumage de l'ESCA.
Of the lower stage and its separation there, you can see falling back into the closer to the launch pad than we are. Here in Jupiter, we're about 15 kilometers away, but they are right there. We mentioned earlier, the countdown is a complicated process and a long one. Final countdown actually began around French Guiana with a lot of fire, carrying 2 new satellites. We lost her into the clouds. We didn't have much visibility, but we did have liftoff. The 2 boosters now providing 90% of our thrust, propelling the launcher along her trajectory at an ever higher velocity as the DDO says all is working perfectly on board. Our mass at liftoff